Motivation has been strongly linked to dopamine. Now, there are supplements you can take that'll help you with dopamine, L-Dopa, and other things. And they talk about it in great deal about things you can do to help take to get there. But you know what the number one thing is you can do to increase dopamine levels? Sleep. Hey, everybody, before you watch this 5-Minute Friday, I just want to remind you of something. The Orthopreneur Summit is the #1 orthodontic meeting in the world. Yep, you guys have told me that. Now, if you're not signed up for September's summit in Orlando, you have no idea what you're missing. Of course, you're going to get practice and life-changing information from some of the industry and outside the industry's best speakers. But that's where it just begins, because most meetings should give you decent information, right? It's the combination of the education combined with getting together all your friends in an environment that we set up that we like to call social CE. It's an opportunity to not only get amazing CE, but to do it with the most remarkable social time you're going to have at any orthodontic meeting, or any meeting for that matter, ever. The things we have planned for you, I'll just throw out a couple for you. House of Blues, Friday night. We took over the whole House of Blues, and we have some amazing stuff in store for you there. And Andretti Indoor Racing. Sounds just like indoor go-karts, right? No. DJ, party, a million more things to do there. I'm telling you, this is the meeting I told you last year that everybody will be talking about for the rest of the year. This year is going to be even better. So go to opsummit2023.com, sign up now. I promise you you will love it. How can I guarantee it? If you come to that meeting and after the first day is not one of the best meetings you've ever been to and it lets you down, you find me, you tell me, I will pay for your limo back to the airport, I will pay for your flight home, and I will refund the money you paid to come to the meeting. Come on, you got nothing to lose, and I promise you'll love it. And by the way, we're over 80% sold out. And it's 6 months from now. So please, sign up now, opsummit2023.com, and I will see you there. Hello there, Orthopreneurs, and welcome to another episode of your 5-Minute Friday. I'm Dr. Glenn Krieger, your host, and today I want to talk a little bit about motivation. Now, we all know there are times we are raring to go. We jump out of bed, hit a project, and go. Then there are times we go through where, unfortunately, we're not quite so motivated. And if you're like me, you may have wondered, why do we go through these phases of weeks or months where we're like driven crazy to get something done? And then there's times where we go weeks or months where we're just not feeling it. It's just not there. And I was listening to the Huberman Lab, great podcast. I think it's Andy Huberman. And he had an expert on, and they were talking about motivation. And I felt like this would be really good for us to talk a little bit about, because maybe you have a newer practice. Maybe you've got an existing practice and you're just not putting the time, energy, and effort in that you really need to. Maybe you're finding it tough to get the motivation to do what you need to do for your practice the way you have to. Well, fear not. I have some ideas for you that are going to help you out today. First of all, motivation has been strongly linked to dopamine. Now, there are supplements you can take that'll help you with dopamine, L-Dopa, and other things. And they talk about it in great deal about things you can do to help take to get there. But you know what the number one thing is you can do to increase dopamine levels? Sleep. I know nobody wants to talk about it, but good sleep actually will help replenish dopamine levels. And here's the thing, as he describes it, you don't want a tank to be filled with dopamine. Think of it as a glass. Right? You drink from the glass, you're motivated, you're burning down your motivation. You drink from your glass, you drink from your glass, drink from your glass, now the glass is empty, you refill it. His point was you don't want to get to that point. You don't want to get to the point until your glass is empty. Now you got nothing to give while you wait to refill it. So there's things you can do. Sleep, regular sleep. As Andy Huberman says, 80% of the time you'll be able to sleep just fine. 20% of the time you're going to be out partying, having fun, whatever, that's life. And if you listen to any of his podcasts on sleep, you'll know there's a deficit created that lasts way after the good night's sleep you get after the deficit. And so you got to be careful about, not sleeping enough. Number two is things like NSDR, non-sleep deep relaxation. There's some great techniques. You can go online. It doesn't mean you have to sleep. It could be lying down and closing your eyes. It could be a whole series of things that you should go learn about, NSDR. So go look that up and learn more about it. Yoga Nidra, a form of yoga that, again, you can learn more about that online, has been linked very tightly to increasing dopamine levels. But the kicker here is you're really motivated, you're doing a project, you're working hard, don't wait later to get that sleep. Make sure you go to sleep well that night. Make sure you're doing NSDR. Make sure you're taking supplements that will help you. Maintain that motivation as a constant as opposed to the peaks and valleys that so many people feel. And then all of a sudden they got something done and they sit and, okay, great, I'm not going to do anything for the next week, month, whatever it might be. So your task, if it is a task, is to make sure you're trying to get good sleep for a whole variety of reasons beyond just dopamine and motivation. But get good sleep, supplements that'll help you with your sleep, and look into NSDR. Look into Yoga Nidra. Learn these things. They will help you tremendously. They will keep you motivated for a better practice, a better life, and better outcomes. I'm always here if you need me. And please, if you haven't signed up for the Orthopreneur Summit for September, go do it now. Go to opsummit2023.com. I promise I'll make it worth it for you. You're going to love it. And you won't need dopamine for that one. And you won't be getting as much sleep. See you there.